Hi, my name is Andrew Powell, and the man behind the camera is Christopher Beck. I'm in charge of the embedded systems and wireless communications for this project, and Christopher Beck, he's in charge of the sensory system and the algorithms for those different systems. Basically, who we are, we're part of the autonomous lawnmower for Temple, and for our project, we're designing an autonomous lawnmower in accordance to a set of rules. And basically what we're here doing today, what's being presented today, is our gotolocation algorithm, which is implemented in our prototype here, which we call the tumbler. Essentially what we're going to do is, we send the tumbler a set of coordinates, and we have wireless communication set up between the computer and the tumbler, and the tumbler is going to travel to the set of coordinates. As I go on with the demonstration, I'll explain more. But for now, I'm going to begin the actual demonstration. Moving to the computer. Well, before I actually start telling this thing commands, this here is part of our localization system, which basically it hangs over the tumbler, and looking at that red LED that's on top of it, it uses that to determine the tumbler's location in respect to the area of the camera. The camera is this black thing right here. It's kind of hard to see. And over here we have what we call the transmission station, which is kind of a bad name since both the tumbler and this device can communicate back and forth. But the primary job of this device here is to send commands from the computer here, we're using MATLAB, and then transfer those commands to the tumbler's receiver. And the commands consist of not just regular commands, but also coordinates, the horizontal coordinates that kind of define the tumbler's location. So beginning, what we do is, first we create what I call a parallel object. The name is arbitrary. And before we do anything, we actually have to adjust the compass. The compass needs an offset so that it knows which direction it's pointing to. The compass is actually positioned right next to the LED. It's actually really important that the compass and the LED are near each other because the direction, the position of the tumbler is defined by the LED, and the direction is also defined by the compass. But moving on, before I actually begin, I gotta check and make sure that the tumbler is actually right beneath the camera, and it's actually a bit too far up, so I'm gonna back it up using some of our manual commands. Bear with me. But first, I gotta turn on the transmission station. 5 points for preparation. Hey, we got some movement. It's good to see things work. Okay, really quick. Can you actually point the camera at the computer? What we're looking at here, this here is the points, basically, the coordinates. The first number, of course, is the x. The second number is the y. And before I even begin going back to here, I want to explain where these points match with the ground. Okay, essentially over here is the origin. This is 0, 0. And moving over in this direction is positive x. So over here would be the max value of 1023. Starting here and going back into that corner, we have the y direction, which goes from 0 to 1023 in that direction. Did I make that clear? Alright, moving on with the demonstration. Like I said initially, I have to first adjust the offset of the compass so that the tumbler knows which way it's looking. And let's begin. Alright, what that basically did was it adjusts the offset. Basically what it does there, it goes forward, takes the difference between two different waypoints and gets a heading out of it, and then it matches the heading with the compass's heading. Now that we're all set, we can, well first I gotta verify that the tumbler is not off the camera's viewpoint. Now we can begin the actual algorithm. Right now the tumbler is stationed at 376x and 749y. I'm going to tell it to go to, let's say, 500x and then 100y. Essentially, the tumbler should turn around and go in its reverse direction. Let's begin the algorithm. Really quick, the reason why the tumbler does that every once in a while is because the compass is actually surrounded by a lot of circuitry. When that happens, it actually causes the readings from the compass to jump around a bit, which causes the tumbler to freak out a little bit. So there we have it. It went to the first point. We're going to actually run this test 2 more times to see how well it performs. The fact that it did that shouldn't actually happen all the time. This happens occasionally because we do need to position the digital compass above the circuitry, so we're going to avoid the magnetic interference. The tumbler actually went out of the view of the camera, so just really quick to back it up. Right now the tumbler is stationed at 484 in X, 181 Y. The reason why the tumbler didn't travel exactly to those other set of waypoints that I told it to go to is because I actually have like a 100-point threshold to make up for the fact that there is error. Like I said before, the digital compass is off because of the circuitry. There's also the fact that the LED light isn't exactly on top of the compass, which doesn't make too much of an error. I think the biggest issue here is the digital compass's reading. Once we get that fixed, we will be able to send this thing to go to more precise coordinates. But for now, I'm going to leave a 100-point margin so that it's most likely to reach the set of points that I tell it to go to. But moving on, right now it's at 484, 181, like I said. Now I'm going to tell it to go the opposite direction. I'm going to tell it to go to 500 and 875. That was a lot smoother. Alright. Just to verify its current location. Right now it actually went to 431, 1013. Quite a bit of an error, but it went in the general direction. Try this one last time. Let's tell it to go not
Do a diagonal.
Still go diagonal. Let's try 100. Try 100, 100. And I didn't do this for the last 2 demonstrations, but 100, 100 would be roughly located in this general area, like right here. Let us begin the algorithm. Oh crap. It actually went off the screen.